Hey y'all, Coach Miriam here. Welcome to my channel. I am your Christian clinical coach here to coach you out of grief and into greatness. And I came to talk about this fad, this trend called the Labubu doll. And what I call it is Labu ain't doll, because what Labu ain't gonna do is fill the void that is actually on the inside. So I just want to give you my quick take, y'all. I believe that people are on the search for happiness. It's a doll, right? It appears cute. People are putting it on their purses. I mean, to me, it kind of looks like the little thing that was following the girl on that show. Not Moana. It was a different one. It kind of reminds me of that. But that being said, y'all, we've been through a lot. We've been through some trauma, in our childhood. And many times we are on a search for instant gratification. And, we want to feel good. We want to be happy. We want to have some level of certainty. I know that with this doll, you get to dress it and you get to do all these things and put it on your purse. And it's like a charm. And what's all involved in that, number one, is this really is a dopamine rush and a game of chance where the company only releases a certain amount. You have a certain time frame in which you need to get it. So you got to hurry. It really goes in with this microwave mentality, like trying to get there quick, trying to get that instant gratification, trying to feel good right away. And you're wondering, is it me? Did I get it? Am I finally going to get the secret doll? Am I the one? Am I special? All of those things. And the reality is that doll is not going to fill or really address the questions that your inner child is asking. Because as children, we learn from the reactions of the adults around us. And many of the things that we ended up learning can be hurtful things. Maybe you were dealing with parents that were in pain, right? Pain that is not transformed is transmitted. Hurt people. So sometimes we're around adults who are hurting, who are constantly consumed with worry about their finances, about their relationship, their marriage. And sometimes when you're in close proximity to those people, they transmit their pain to you. You feel their irritation and it doesn't feel good. And it sends a message, whether it's indirectly, you feel it in the atmosphere, or somebody actually says something because they're lashing out at you. It can send a message that you're not good enough, or that you're not important, or, you're an inconvenience. So all of that is the opposite of being special or being more than enough. It can create some anxious adults, right? Because of the fear and the irritation and just all this emotion, these big emotions that we saw in the big people around us. And we had big emotions that we didn't even know what to do with it. And sometimes we grow up learning to distract ourselves from it. We see how it's handled in our household. Maybe we form a bad relationship with food, with the cookies and the junk food, because we're looking to feel good. We want something to feel good. We're just looking for some kind of gratification in that moment. And we don't learn how to de-escalate our emotions, how to deal with the anger, how to communicate from a place that is calm. We don't see, or some of us did not see, healthy reconciliation, but we saw heated arguments. And none of that feels good to the human brain, to, our experience in life. So I believe that people are on a search for happiness when you really need to be on a search for healing. And that being said, I really want to invite y'all to this challenge where, number one, you speak life over yourself. It's the 7-day affirmation challenge. The link is below. Some of you were told very negative things, which are, can be very strange coming from a loved one, and it can create a very confused framework of how you even see yourself, right? And maybe you're struggling with your value, you're experiencing low self-esteem, and you're just looking for some sense of control. That's what the doll is for you. It's not gonna make you happy. It just like the cookie is not, all right? Or the binge watching or scrolling on Netflix. It's not going to make you happy. Maybe you have these moments of happiness, but longer moments of misery and sadness and loneliness. So this challenge is all about speaking life over yourself. I invite you to take a deeper dive. I mean, really just start asking yourself questions like, why do I feel this way? Because change requires change, but it also requires awareness. So sometimes we're not even aware of why we do what we do. We're just driving on autopilot and just going and going and going. And then we have this midlife crisis. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, what is the meaning of life? Why am I even here? Because we've just been distracting ourselves until we're drained. And you don't want to distract yourself anymore, but you don't have to wait until midlife. But even if you are at the mid of your life and you were looking for a sign, this is it, okay? So y'all click that link below, join the affirmation challenge, invite awareness into your life. In this challenge, there are videos, where you're going to learn just the secrets of diving deeper, understanding why we do what we do, understanding human behavior. Because again, what Labubu ain't gonna do is teach you about yourself. Labubu ain't gonna help you heal, okay? Labubu ain't gonna fulfill or fill the void that is on the inside. But if you're somebody that got the Labubu doll, maybe you're the perfect candidate for something like this, a challenge. Because if there isn't a challenge, there won't be change, okay? And maybe it's just your time for change. Whether you got the doll, whether you didn't, but this resonates with you, connect. Y'all, please like, share, and subscribe. Take care.